Texas janitor is caught on camera dipping his genitals into a woman's water bottle, infecting her with an incurable STD. Dude really should have kept it in Call of Duty, but nope, for some reason he thought that this was okay. I don't even know the reasoning behind this. Like, did you really like him or really don't like him? This does not make sense whatsoever. I mean, like the last one, Texas outlawed the whole unsolicited dong pics, so I really hope you're not trying to think of a workaround. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video for the day. We're going back into r/iamatotalPOS, and I swear to God, Idiocracy is getting more and more of a documentary the farther we go. And yes, I know I messed up on that, but these posts make you dumb. If you guys would like to be absolutely amazing, show your support, see more videos like this in the near future, and be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions, and if you have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on them notifications. Florida father and son shoot at an innocent woman they thought tried to break in their home, sheriff says. You don't shoot at people, you don't leave the security of your home and go out and chase people down. Polk County Sheriff, this person, said in a harsh rebuke. A delivery of medicine was accidentally delivered to a neighbor who, being a good Samaritan, walked it over and placed the package at the correct door. It was 7 a.m., so when these two idiots heard their Ring doorbell alert, they assumed it was a burglar breaking into their apartment. Each carrying a .45 cal, yeah, I can't say the firearm name, the father and son run out of the apartment to hunt down what they believed to be a burglar. No one was around, but down the street a car was idling, a car with tinted windows. Obviously a burglar. Instead, it's a young woman sitting in the car scrolling through her phone while the car heats up. She hears shouting and sees the father in her rearview and points his weapon and yelling at her to get out. She thinks he's trying to carjack her and puts the car in gear. Son believes this burglar is trying to run over his father and opens fire. Father also opens fire, shooting into the car. Innocent woman manages to escape, but her car is riddled with bullets. One bullet passed through an empty car seat and lodged in the driver's seat. It's amazing the woman wasn't killed, and thankfully an infant wasn't in the car seat, or it certainly would have been killed. How on edge do you gotta be to think that anybody coming up to your door at, like, in the morning is a burglar? I legitimately hope you never get anything delivered to your house, because I would not want to be the delivery man thinking, oh geez, are these people gonna shoot at me? And protecting your property is one thing, but going off of your property to chase down somebody else that is not on your property is a whole nother thing. And you very much took the defense out of self-defense when you did that. Like, think about how stupid it would sound in court. Yes, in self-defense, I chased down the person down the street that was no longer on my property. You don't need to be a judge to understand that that is just not logical. Vile couple are arrested after throwing a kitten like a frisbee off of a Florida beach and demanding $1,000 to stop. Cat survived and is adopted by the rescuer. The incident transpired late last month in Miami and saw both suspects arrested by officers on the sands of Sunny Isles Beach, but not before resisting arrest. The entire altercation was caught on camera by one beachgoer, and the kitten pictured clinging to life. You know, there's absolutely no sane reason to justify or explain you yeeting a kitty into the water. And really, as people doing this kind of stuff just makes me kind of wish I could throw them in the water, you know, just to give them a little taste of what they were doing. Feeling sad, fed up, and so annoyed and angry because when I visited my son's grave today, someone has stolen his stone Star Wars Millennium Falcon that I made for him. Why do people do this? Hurt people even more, and they are already hurting. This is what it was like. I gotta admit, you did an excellent job making that, and I really do hope that they're able to find the person that stole it, because just stealing off of a gravestone has gotta be one of the lowest things people can do. And you just know for a fact the person that stole this is the type of smartass that would think, well, he's not doing anything with it. I wish I was joking, but we all know that there are people out there that would actually think like that. Air Force daycare workers allegedly forced the kids to fight each other. The indictment alleges a series of brutal fights forced upon the children in January and February of 2021. Among other allegations, forms of hurting are believed to have included striking children, coercing them to hitting and fighting one another, kicking and striking the children, and spraying them in the face with cleaning solution. If convicted, the defendants face a mandatory minimum sentence of 5 years of imprisonment and up to a maximum of 20 years of imprisonment for each count of cruelty to children in the first degree, the release stated. I kind of want to know what the kids were told, and I honestly would not be surprised if it's anything along the lines of, yes, everybody line up, yep, rule 1 about daycare, we don't talk about daycare. Oh, hey, look at that, you just need to celebrate your game winning over versus the other guys. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a little bit of grass, you know, just because you haven't touched grass in 17 years don't mean you need to be taking a freaking souvenir. Stop it. Get some help. Probably a very unpopular take, but watching the Sandy Hook parents grift and grandstand on the backs of their dead children is far more offensive than anything Alex Jones has ever said. Really had both brain cells working overtime on that one, didn't you? You know, unfortunately, whenever I go out to Ohio, stuff like this just straight up feels all too common. It still is kind of weird, but this one's going the extra mile by thinking that a 2x4 is just as good as having the tailgate up, and not only that, but that German Shepherd is way too big for that crate. Really, whenever I see this kind of stuff, I always kind of think, well, you can get the dog, but you aren't willing to train him to sit still while you're in the vehicle, and this just doesn't make sense, and I always get confused whenever I see stuff like this. You know, I remember seeing a while back people commented that they weren't even car people, but they found the car stuff that I talked about interesting, so I gotta say I appreciate you, and also this post, the video, for some reason reminded me of that, and this is, the people doing this kind of stuff is unfortunately a bad side of the car community. It's not cool. Doing donuts, fine. Do that all you want, but don't do it in a place where there is a lot of traffic like a freaking intersection. And it really does suck that whenever I see stuff regarding car meets, there's like a 60% chance, at least in my area, that I'll see something that says regarding bangers or takeovers, which is stuff like this that you've seen in the video, where people would just come over and make as much noise as they can and then block the cops when they very blatantly and obviously show up. And people doing stupid stuff like this is another unfortunate side part of making performance vehicles very affordable. Like the Mustang you can easily find in the 30,000s, the Dodge Charger with the V8 Hemi you can also find in the $30,000 range, brand new even. And I always go by Spider-Man rules when it comes to cars. You have a lot of power, you need a lot of responsibility with it. Did you know that the Corrections Corporation of America, the largest for-profit prison company in America, spends nearly $1 million a year against cannabis legalization? This is their official reason why. Changes with respect to substances and controlled substances could affect the number of persons arrested, convicted, and sentenced, thereby potentially reducing the demand for correctional facilities to house them. So basically, I'm going to guess that it was the people that got arrested for possession of the green or dealing of the such, and you're upset at the fact that if that becomes legal, then there won't be any reason to hold those guys. So you'll have less of a prisoner workforce. Pardon me if I missed something there, but I don't think I did. A man was charged in the, yeah, I am not saying that word, of a 10-year-old who traveled to Indiana for the fetus deletus. A Columbus man has been charged with doing that to a 10-year-old Ohio girl, who then had to travel to Indiana seeking the deletus after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. I believe I've seen this a lot before. Like, this was a very big thing when it was very, very fresh. Didn't the dude also have, like, a girlfriend that was actually supportive of him for this? They're sale, amazing water-cooled gaming computer. Dude, this is on Craigslist and you're trying to sell a gaming computer for $600. Just let me know what type of knife you want to stab me with already. Like, in all seriousness, I've seen more secret layers that were well hidden with the neon signs out front than this. Only people you ever think you're gonna be able to scam are the elderly and the people under the age of 12. This week on This Place and That, it's a leukemia scam. A few weeks ago, the same crew. It was a funeral scam. Called TBD for their side, LAPD is always too busy. She literally had a jug of money and was stuffing more in. They are aggressive too, knocking a knuckle on your window, weaving in and out of traffic, shoving their sign in your face, already really tired of being accosted by this every day. What does that sign say there? Please help with my small donation for the treatment of leukemia. God bless. Oh, yeah, and of course you have the photo of the person you're trying to do this for, aren't you? I think the only people that hate this type of person more than me is people that are legitimately homeless. And really, I've had to deal with a couple of people standing outside of my work for like the past 4 or 5 years, and just recently they did the whole violin thing where they had the electric violin plugged up to the Bluetooth speaker, and they were playing the same music the entire day. I could hear them from where I was working, and it was the exact same song with the exact same notes and everything. And I posted about it to my local Nextdoor page, kind of like Facebook, except more of like super duper local stuff. And oddly enough, there were actually people supporting them, say, what if they actually are homeless? It has been all too common for stuff like this popping up for it to not be. They checked every single box for it to be a scam, especially since the whole main thing to it all is to have a little kid playing the electric violin, which they very much were doing, and honestly, I didn't even know if the kid was theirs. And if you could only panhandle if you were legitimately homeless or legitimately down on your luck, I'd be more inclined to give. It's unfortunately the people like this that are the ones that have me very hesitant to do so, because I would be I'd be willing to give more if I actually knew that the money was going to a good cause and not just like booze, liquor, or a scam. I guess the one thing that I remember saying that people recommend is for you to offer stuff outside of cash, like if it's a gift card or something of the sort, or just straight up like a McDonald's gift card, something like that to help them get through the day. If they actually accept that, then I'd be more inclined to believe they are legitimately like going through things. But the people that have been outside of my work doing that whole scam with the sign and the violin and everything, yeah, there were a lot of people that went up to them and asked what they could do to help, and they only wanted money. Maybe word got out about them doing their scam and everything after I made my post on Nextdoor, because I haven't exactly seen them in about a month. But with that is going to have to be it with the video. If you guys would like to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions, and if you have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on them notifications. I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.